Can you believe it? The 10th season of the Formula Drift Championship is going to be over in less than 2 months. Welcome to Formula Drift Insider, everyone. I am Ryan Sage, and on this episode, we get you to number 6 on our top 10 moments in Formula Drift history. We also meet up with the models of Formula Drift, and finally, one of the men of the hour in the series, Fredrik Ozbo, sits down with us for an insider interview. But first, let's jump right into our number 6 moment in the top 10 in 10 years of Formula Drift. Formula Drift has had a lot of firsts in its history, but this next one may be arguably the most significant when it comes to competition format. You see, traditionally, a field of drivers was whittled down to 16 competitors competing in head-to-head matchups. This has always been the way it was done in drifting. But starting in 2008, during the launch of the Red Bull Drifting World Championship, Formula Drift announced a new competition format, Top 32 Tandem. Instead of 16 competitors going head-to-head, now 32 would be going head-to-head, creating double the challenge and double the viewing pleasure for the fans. This was a first in the sport, and it led to Formula Drift making Fridays open to the public, because in the past, these were just one-day events. As we all know, there are various facets to an FD weekend. There's the ambience of the vendor midway, the free autograph session, the amazing and wild competition, and of course, there is the models of Formula Drift. The girls that hold it all together for the boys on track are not only an awesome facet of FD, but also in all of motorsports. So let's meet some of those ladies who support our drivers.
I think that a lot of the brands like to have the umbrella girls out here. You know, definitely attracts some of the crowd over, you know, gets them to their booth. And it's all about marketing, you know. The more people that stop by your booth, the more people see your product. It's important, so.
The Falcon Girls actually play a very important role for us, you know. I mean, they obviously with the activation and greeting the fans and signing the posters and everything, but you know, we're burning up in these suits really, so to get that like 5-10 minutes of shade, you would actually wouldn't believe how big of a difference it makes, and hopefully we can repay all of the hard work with what we do on the track.
There's no question that our Monster Miles make me look better. My wife does a good job of it too, but she can't always be by my side at the track, so they pick up the slack.
All right, I'm here with the Monster Energy girls, Ashley and Haley. So Haley, what has been the favorite part of your day so far?
I love being backstage and being with all the crowd and the fans and just the energy, and I'm having a blast today.
All right, now Ashley, what is the corniest pickup line you've gotten at Formula Drift?
Doing these events, there's quite an interesting crowd, so there's a lot of corny pickup lines, but one that comes to mind is a guy came up to me, asked me if I was tired because I had been running through his mind all night.
All right, that's pretty corny. All right, let's talk to some more girls.
I got asked if I had a lighter. I don't really know where I put one.
We're here with Achilles girl, Leah. Tell us about your job, Leah.
Well, I just keep the drivers shaded, hang out and have a good time, and make sure they don't get too hot out there.
Katie, out of all the cars at Formula Drift, what is your absolute favorite?
I'd have to go with the Mustang. The Mustang's my favorite.
All right, and I know that it's your first year with us on tour at Formula Drift, and what's your favorite track so far?
I'd have to say Atlanta. Atlanta's my hometown.
All right, Atlanta's a fun track. All right, well, there's plenty of more girls here at Formula Drift, and if you don't believe me, you're just gonna have to come check it out yourself. Bye!
Finally, one of the men charging towards a championship this year is Fredrik Ozbo. He just finished up a powerful 3rd place at round 5 in Seattle, and as we've stated in the past, this driver seems to have champion coded right onto his DNA. His driving style is one of the best. He can be aggressive when needed, calculated when it's called for, and he is a great ambassador for the sport. This is Fredrik Ozbo and his insider interview.
Fredrik Ozbo, you know, I remember him in the Supra just absolutely nailing it and just took everyone by surprise.
You know, I think Fredrik Ozbo's driving style is really aggressive and it's really entertaining and exciting, really. Ever since he landed here at the Red Bull Drifting World Championships, I think he's captured fans not only in Europe and in the US, but internationally.
When I was young, I was always drawn to the US. I watched Baywatch, I watched MacGyver. I always liked the American culture. And once I got into drifting, I saw that the American Formula Drift Series was far superior to D1. And I always had the urge to go here. I dreamt about it, you know, I wanted to do it. And when I got that chance back in 08, there was no turning back. So my team, Papadakis Racing, is probably one of the strongest track records in Formula Drift. When we got started, a lot of people really doubted what we were doing. With all these pro V8s, with all of these 2Js, all of this crazy boost, all of these motors, we basically went the hardest route. And I think our car, the Scion TC, with an 800 horsepower minivan motor is a testament to that. This is by far one of the best cars in the field, hands down. And what these guys did to this chassis to make it work is just unbelievable. Very proud to work with these guys. You know, of all the years we've had in Formula Drift, I feel like we've done the best job this year. And up until this point, we haven't been able to pull it off with a podium finish. You know, we got sort of battle of the year in Long Beach with Daigo, had this crazy climb and this wild ride in Atlanta with JR, then back again with Daigo in New Jersey. It's been pretty wild. And finally putting it together here at Evergreen Speedway, getting on the podium where we earned our first podium together as a team back in 2011, it's huge. So when I got started in Formula D, it was all about becoming that consistent driver. And now I feel like we can, you know, we've become that consistent team, and I've become that consistent driver. Really proud of what we achieved, and can't wait for Texas.
Well, that wraps up another episode of Formula Drift Insider. Round 6 in Texas is right around the corner, so get your tickets now and also tune in to NBC Sports on Sundays for the latest of the highlights from the series. As always, you can like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and always, you can leave me a message right here. Till next time.